This is Carricaou, Grenada! Woo!
So when you sail south, the first island of Grenada, outside of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is Carricaou. And this is Carricaou. This is called Hillsborough Bay over here, if you can pick it out, and Sandy Island is the one closest to us. This is a marine park, and then back there is Union Island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we're going around the corner to a place called Tyrrell Bay, because Chris Parker says the wind's supposed to blow 30 to 35, and we had 30 the last couple nights, and it was challenging. So we're going to tuck in at Tyrrell because it's a nice calm spot, and then the next jump is to the island of Grenada. Wow, finally here. So engine's on, Chris is setting autopilot, we're losing the wind, we're turning into the anchorage at Carricaou. We're gonna haul in the jib as it starts to luff.
This is it, we have officially cleared into Grenada. We got the stamp in our passport to prove it. Feels pretty good. So on this one, you have to get the two denominators the same. How are you going to do that?
So you have to multiply that by that, and then
Top and the bottom has to be multiplied by the same number.
yes.
So can you multiply this to get that?
So Chris and I are just sitting here going over our books and our charts, trying to figure out where we're going to go next season. Next season. So is it through the Panama Canal to the South Pacific, or is it the Western Caribbean? And then we're also planning maybe Trinidad and Tobago. So we've got all of our books out. Chris has been reading all about Trinidad. Trinidad sounds amazing, although there's a lot of reports of it being a little bit
Unstable, a little unsafe.
insecure. Yeah.
Security's an issue a bit.
But the food sounds amazing in
Yeah.
Trinidad. And boat work is great. We're gonna look at buying a new mainsail and maybe an asymmetrical spinnaker if we head through the Panama to the South Pacific. But we need to upgrade our mainsail. It's getting old and tired. I don't know if you remember, but it blew out in our Dominican crossing from Turks and Caicos to the Dominican Republic.
It wouldn't last another cruising
it's
season.
not for that thousands of miles that we have left to go. So we got this really great app called Garmin Blue Charts, and it shows.
You have to see it because the sun's
I hope so.
shining
Yeah,
on
sun.
it.
Can you hold it there? Right there. It's be good. And we have this really great app called Garmin Blue Charts, and you can download through Active Captain detailed data of everything that you want to see. So here's Grenada, and the more you zoom in, you can see anchorages pop up and blue notes of interest and cautionary places, and then when you touch on them, it opens up and it gives you a little detail on the place, like the underwater.
So you want to download this before you get out here because
Yes. So this is the underwater sculpture park, and it gives us latitude and longitude and a little bit of information about it, and then it usually gives reviews, and somebody will give it stars and talk a little bit about it.
So it's nice because a lot of time you get current information as to what security is like in those areas instead of old hand news. You can see whether it's been last couple of months or if it was a year ago.
And another great feature is it gives distances. So here's Trinidad and Tobago down the bottom, and I just hit this thing here that brought up the distances, and that's the Chagaramas. So they're from Trinidad. It's just 80 miles. Well, we'll let you know and we'll have made a better decision probably before we even go to Trinidad. So Cole's working on math again, aren't you, buddy?
What?
We try to get him to work at it every chance he gets so that when we take off
Right now, but
English right now, schoolwork anyways, we try to get him to work at it every single chance he gets so that when we take off for an adventure in the daytime we don't feel bad not doing schoolwork. So he'll work Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 days a week. Go get your math book. And that's what it's like when you're homeschooling. You just fit it in. Well, that's the way we do it anyways. You fit it in every chance you get, anytime you get, so that when other things pop up, we're either ahead of the game or not too far behind. So we're taking the bus to Hillsborough on Carricaou.
It's a wild ride.
Wild ride. That was way too fast. Way too fast. Luckily there's speed bumps everywhere, like right here. Well, it's a gorgeous morning here in Tyrrell Bay at Carricaou. It's about 7 a.m. and I'm just up reading and waiting for the morning net to come on the VHF, which is a cruiser that reads out the weather and anything that's for sale or any emergencies that are going on the VHF on channel 69. It starts at 7:30. But the wind has calmed down a lot here, especially at night. And it's making the cabin a little warm. So we leave our windows open, but because the wind has died, the mosquitoes are coming out. So as beautiful as it is when it's nice and calm, it's sure nice to have a 15-knot breeze and no mosquitoes coming in and biting you all night long. Tomorrow we're going to sail for Grenada. The holding is really good here in Tyrrell Bay at Carricaou. So if you need to get out of some winds, which is what we were trying to do, some 35-knot winds are forecast, this is where you come. Drop the hook. There's a couple of dinghy docks along the shoreline, and there's a bus that runs around the island. So this is where you come to chill out for a couple days until the weather changes.
Fish on, people! Woo! Big one too.
It's not-
Marlin! Yeah, we got one! Woo! We do too.
Oh, it's big too.
Dad, get ready.
Chris, I'll give you the GoPro.
Oh, is that a berry?
Oh, it's a barracuda! Oh, big one.
Oh, turn up the line. I realize it's a bit more golf, but
Woo!
barracuda! Oh, look at those teeth.
Gnarly.
All right, let's let them go.
Don't get your fingers chopped.
Because of ciguatera, a toxic reef disease, we don't eat barracuda.
Can you let it down into this wall?
Bloop.
We're doing pretty good. What's our wind speed, honey?
11 knots.
And our boat speed?
22.
6.2, 11 knots. Sweet. There's our friend still pending. And that's Round Island where Kick'em-Jenny is. Just past that. Kick'em-Jenny is the active underwater volcano. Somebody wrote something in Active Captain said, don't sail over top of it because if it explodes, It'll go right through your hull of your boat. And this red circle and then the purple circle is the outer area, but the red circle is submerged volcanic activity exclusion zone. So we have to stay out of the red circle. And then this is the tip of Grenada.
I just cut this coconut and I'm going to make it into a wine glass. It's going to look really cool.
Cool. Grenada, the wind just kicked up to 17, 18 knots and we're doing 7.8 knots of speed, 7.7. Grenada is right off our port bow. It looks beautiful. Mountain peaks and valleys, so green. Awesome.
Anchorage is okay, but a really hard bottom. So Brad's diving the anchor. Check it out. Did you see it?
Lobster or the anchor?
The anchor.
Anchor is barely in anything.
Oh.
It's just sitting there with like 4 inches of sand on it. The anchor is out here and we're this way. But I've got 100 feet of chain out, so it should be more than enough to keep us weighted and dragging.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is Grenada! Woohoo! Look at the way
Yes, it is. This is Grenada.
We just left beautiful St. George's, pulled up the anchor. It's gorgeous out here. Beautiful properties and beautiful white sand beaches. But look behind. Look at how nasty it is where we were just anchored. And boats are disappearing. It's a whiteout. So I guess we left at the right time. Squalls like that only last for 5 or 10 minutes though. It's just the norm out here. It's like I have a loose alternator belt. It keeps squealing at me. Sounds like I have a loose alternator belt. Alright, everything's doing okay at first glance. Check that in about an hour when we get to Anchorage.
This rash is just everywhere. My knee, my wrist and finger joints are so sore.
When you were standing, your knee looked really swollen. I don't know if you can.
It feels like it should be more swollen than it
Back
is.
a bit so you can see. Look at, you can see all of your rash all through here.
Wow, you can sure see the Zika virus on Krista, the rash that she's got.
Nasty.
Wow.
Itchy.
Yeah.
Too.
It's not fun.
No. I think it could be worse. The rash is itchy, but not incredibly itchy. It just,
Yeah.
you know, rubbing it like this gives relief. It's not, you don't need to scratch it till it's raw or anything, so that's good. But it's the joint pain that hurts me. My fingers, I can't make proper fist, and
What did it
my
say?
knee feels like I'm a cripple.
It was joint pain, rash,
Fever,
and eyes hurting in their sockets too, which I had huge yesterday.
and you can also get
A fever.
conjunctivitis, which is
Conjunctivitis.
red eyes and pussy eyes, but we don't have that, thank goodness.
And it's from the other night when the wind died and all these little mosquitoes came in.
Yeah, and they were different.
Different than we've,
mosquitoes.
yeah.
They were like
Really
skinny.
small
They
and
all
skinny.
didn't look like mosquitoes. Not like, it seems hard to believe that they could carry enough that would actually infect someone.
And they weren't very smart mosquitoes. They were easy to kill, for lack of a better way of saying it. They just,
They're high on their own Zika.
I guess.
Our Cole's been spared because we always close his hatches at night because if it rains, then we don't have to run all the way across and make sure that they get closed because he sleeps right through the rain. So.
Yeah, so we just leave his fan on high.
Yeah, and his room stays cooler.
We were anchored pretty close to shore too, though, babe.
Yeah, that's true.
we tried to get in close because it was just more convenient to be next to the beach for the kids. And
Well, hopefully it doesn't last too much longer because this is going on day 4 for me,
Yeah.
3 for you.
yeah.
We're getting walked on by storm after storm today, sitting here in Prickly Bay, Grenada. The wind last night was up to 32 knots. Today's a little bit better, it's only 20 knots, but that little boat seems to be getting closer to us. So I thought I'd film him, and then when he hits us, no, really, he does look a little bit closer than he did last night, so we'll have to keep an eye on him to the evening. We're having water maker problems. Nothing too serious, but we bought a brand new water maker, and it's really a nice system. It's made by Blue Water Desalination, and the service has been really good. Turns out it's just a relay, but Chris at Blue Water Desalination in San Francisco has been talking with me through Skype, and he's done a really good job of helping me troubleshoot it. It helps to know a little bit about electronics, of course, but here you can see what I've been working on. So it's come down to being just a relay right here. So I've replaced the relay, and I'm about to put the cover back on. We've been without a water maker for almost a month now, and water down here has turned out to be, we've used about 100 gallons every 7 to 10 days, and it's worked out to be about 50 cents a gallon. So $50 an extra week without having our water maker working. So I'm going to put it back together, and we're going to fire it up, and hopefully all is good. Stand by. This is how the blue water works. There, you heard that noise? It's now sending water to the freshwater tank. We're good. No more buying water.
And a few days later, we took a local tour with some of our buddy boats.
We're at the Pan House. We're going to listen to the steel drums. The kids play the steel drums. You can hear it in the background. Ah, the whole gang's here. I can hear it.
Well, that's it for this episode of Trio Travels. But we've got a few more adventures to share with you still to come of our time spent on Grenada, the Spice Island. But that's for next time on Trio.